Lotus Squad, welcome back to Lotus TV 444. I'm going to give a few of you guys a minute to get in here. Today is going to be a relatively short stream, but I had a few things that I wanted to cover with you all. So before we get into it, guys, be sure to hit that like button, show your support, and get ready for the message because there are a lot of things that I have been unpacking. And I think that a lot of you may be going through some of the emotion that I've been picking up on lately. And some of those emotions can be pretty deep. So some of us may find ourselves wallowing a little bit, drowning a little bit. But I feel like we're starting to come into our own and birth a new version of ourselves into the physical plane. So before we begin on the message itself, I wanted to talk about a story of mine, right? Of course, I stay with the story times. And today I wanted to cover the energies that I went through after Thanksgiving. And, of course, I spent the day with you guys and it was a beautiful time. And after I ended the live stream, I ended up going out there and sitting next to the grill, waiting for the turkey to be done. And hey, God's chaotic creation. And so as I was grilling, I had a moment of silence and I was able to just observe my surroundings. And something that I noticed was this spider. I was sitting down and I noticed this spider and it looked like it had a white marking on its butt and its butt was kind of long. And it had long front legs and they were shorter in the back. And I was just like, oh, wow. I almost missed that because I was looking around at the trees and, feeling the breeze. And I just happened to look over and notice it. And I was just like, what the hell? Like, how did I even catch that? And so when I was staring at it, I just remember that it was like I saw through the simulation. I saw the glitches in the matrix. And it was interesting because the more I stared at this spider and its web, the more prominent I saw the glitches. Like they got more apparent for me to see. And so I kind of thought to myself, what the hell's going on here? This is weird. I've never noticed anything like this in my life. And I started looking around and I was thinking to myself, you know what? The only time I've ever really seen anything like this is if I was tripping. And y'all know what kind of tripping I'm talking about, tripping and being outside of nature. I, of course, have seen the Matrix firsthand. It looked like it had rainbow veins all in the sky. But seeing it with the naked eye, and just having a couple beers, I just happened to look over and bam, I'm seeing this glitch. And it was like the spider was like a spirit, right? Like you see it, but you also are seeing through it simultaneously. And I was just like, whoa, this is interesting. Hey, you guys. And so I started thinking to myself, oh my goodness, I've never really, like I said, seen anything like this with the naked eye. And I started, after I noticed that, I kind of just chilled out for a minute. Oh, hey, LaMonica, I missed you guys too. That put a big old smile on my face. But I had a moment to myself to think about everything that I was going to be leaving behind before we hit the new year. And I really am wanting to take this seriously and to take myself seriously, especially this channel. There are so many plans that I have that I want to manifest. And there were a few things that crossed my mind after this experience with the spider. And the symbolism behind that alone is very powerful because it's all about what kind of actions we're taking to manifest and build our empire. And so with each action, there is an equal and opposite reaction, right? But that also applies to energy in a sense, because as you're crafting your web, you know, watching a spider build their home, you know, their source of travel, their source of food, all of that is tied into the symbolism behind the web itself. And so we're focused more so, I feel like, on what's ahead. We're trying to be more present as well. But as we're looking ahead into the new year, there's a lot that we really need to apply, and a lot of things that we need to release. And a few things that came to my mind, a few sayings rather, is approval is desired, not required. And some of us may have been going through this push and pull with that lately, dealing with other people's opinions and dealing with other people's perceptions. And, you know, while you're trying to do your own thing and you already have your vision, you already have, you know, direction on how you're going to get to where you're trying to go. You know, a lot of these people may be trying to maybe unintentionally throw a wrench in your plans by throwing these opinions and all of these different things that seem to oppose our vision and our ideas. I also feel like energetically, we've been talking a lot about relationships, where we're finally starting to look at all of our relationships with a magnifying glass and really starting to pay attention to how we feel, how our body reacts. We're learning more about seeing past what somebody is saying and focusing on the action or even inaction to determine whether, you know, this is something that we need to be sustaining here. I really feel like now more than ever, a lot of us are really focused on making a major shift for this new year. And so many things that we've learned while Neptune was retrograde and now that Neptune is direct, although it may be a bit more foggy now than it has been the past 3 or 4 months, I do feel like we've taken the lessons from the losses and we're able to see through the veil. So now more than ever, we're starting to see past people's facades, people's masks, people's false charm, lies, even outright lies and fabrication. I also feel like, just like that moment with me looking at the spider and its web, you know, we're seeing glitches in the matrix in more ways than one, and it's going to lead us to go down the rabbit hole. So with this statement, approval is desired, not required, I feel like we need to really go back to our center, because there are some things we may need to look within to identify. That way we can move forward and change it or improve in some way. That way we're more prepared for the new year. I also feel like we'll be more prepared if we take this time to ourselves to really look deeply at who we want to be, who we are, where we're trying to go, where we've come from, and where we are right now. So with that whole glitch in the matrix concept here, I really feel like, especially concerning relationships, what works for someone else will not work for us. So although some people may be expressing their opinions of how you should be doing things or what you should be doing, it may affect us in some way. But keep in mind that what may work for them will not work for us. So that goes back to the approval is desired, not required. But it also brings me to this point where birds of a feather flock together. And so if we've realized that we've grown out of a lot of relationships here, if we've realized that we're finally rising above who we were and becoming and blossoming into a better version of ourselves, we're starting to see that the people around us haven't changed at all. And the reason why we're no longer in each other's lives is nothing personal, because it's not personal. Lately, I've been realizing that a lot of people's actions and the way that they treat others is mirroring the way that they treat themselves, or mirroring something that happened in their childhood that has continuously gone unresolved. That can also go into people not wanting to learn anything new and not wanting to evolve and not wanting to grow. Some people are genuinely afraid of all of these unresolved issues that they have yet to of how painful that's going to be, to have to look in the mirror and have to atone for their wrongs and have to look in the mirror, period. And, you know, a lot of people take great delight in distractions. So if that means pointing out other people's flaws, or if that means, you know, getting drunk, getting high, doing all these different things to distract themselves, that further shows us what path they've chosen to walk along. And some people are not strong enough to heal themselves. And that brings me to the point, or back to the point rather, that birds of a feather flock together. And some of us may be wondering, you know, why certain things didn't work out, you know, the way that we, you know, had hoped, or why did this person treat me this way, or what, how could they do this? How could they do that? But unfortunately, the only thing that we're able to identify with, and the only thing that we're able to figure out and control, is ourselves, who we have in our lives, what we do with our time. And if we're hanging around a lot of people that like to stay in their comfortable little ivory tower, you know, they'd rather not look at the truth, and they'd rather just be ignorant to what goes on around them, we have to realize that those people are not the people that we need on our journey. Those people are not the ones that we need to be listening to when it comes to criticism or constructive criticism. These are not the types of people, because they're not doing better than we are, these are not the types of people that we need to be surrounding ourselves energetically. And I think that that's really starting to hit home for a lot of people right now. And so there are a few things that came to mind, and it was kind of ironic because I was drinking while this came to mind. But alcohol, I've been talking a lot about cigarettes, alcohol, things like that, but alcohol specifically, you know, through experience, I feel like alcohol truly blocks your manifestation abilities because of the simple fact that it blocks the heart, solar, and sacral chakras. Sacral is all about manifestation. That's where your reproductive organs are. So of course, it's aligned with that. The solar plexus is your life force, your confidence, your ambition, your drive, even your ability to feel joy. This will put a damper on all of these areas, especially with the heart. So if there are some people trying to drink away heartbreak, or, you know, whatever it is that they're doing to block these centers here, especially drinking alcohol, these may be certain factors that may be holding us back, that we're not realizing holds us back in the long run. We're not realizing that with alcohol, because of the imbalance with these particular chakra centers, it goes back to the fact that if all 7 chakra centers are not cleansed, recharged, they're going to be all out of whack. They're not going to function properly, if they're even functioning at all, right? So this leads to you not matching the same frequency of what it is that you're trying to manifest. Let's say you're trying to manifest a new home, or manifest love in your life, manifest healthy, fulfilling friendships, or manifest success when it comes to, if you're starting a business or whatever goal and dream you have. unbeknownst to you, you could be just going out and having a good time. But if we're not matching the frequency of what it is we're trying to manifest, this could be a major factor behind blocked blessings, right? So sometimes we look outside of ourselves and we're thinking, all these curses and hexes and all these powers that be, which we do have to deal with. It's a spiritual warfare every single day that we wake, right? But what we forget is that our biggest enemy is ourselves. And so if we're not dealing with what's inside, and if we're constantly trying to help others when we really need to be helping ourselves, that could also be blocking our blessings. That could also be why we're attracting certain people that take advantage of the nurturer and take advantage of those that will bend over backwards for others, not requiring others to do the same for them. Right? So now more than ever, we're looking back on certain relationships where we've had these imbalanced dynamics. We are looking at certain relationships where we simply have grown apart. And we know that if we keep holding on to these people, places, and things, it's only going to make it harder for us to achieve what it is that we're striving for. And it blocks us from any opportunities that's coming our way. And we're not even realizing that these little things alone energetically can really repel these good things that are awaiting to enter our lives. So the other thing that I wanted to talk about is that the chakra centers are also referred to as lotus symbols. Lotus, squad. So it goes deep, right? Lotus symbols. Some of us could do very well with meditating on the visual of a blooming lotus, and each lotus matching the color of each chakra center. So of course the crown is purple, third eye is dark blue, the throat is light blue, the heart is green, solar is yellow, sacral is orange, and root is red. So some of us could do very well with practicing visualization as we're making our way towards this new year, getting rid of any habits, because old habits die hard, right? So we really need to get these people, places, and things that drag us down and hold us back. We need to get them out of our lives once and for all. And there's no looking back. We have to make a definitive decision to be done with it all. And it's funny because it brings me to what I've been dealing with lately, right? I've been realizing that I need to let the hurt go, because whatever's been done to me, I have the power to change the way that I view myself. I don't need to take that personally, because at the end of the day, I see my worth and I see my value. But sometimes we get a little insecure. Sometimes we revert back to the people that we used to be. But I'll tell you like this. We are stronger than a lot of the people that we've had to let go of throughout our lives. And unfortunately, although we would love to have these people join us on our journey, we just can't, because the truth is already here. We've reached clarity on a multitude of things in our lives. We've spoken out. We're blocking all of these people here that just leave us feeling stagnant. Some of us could be dealing with a lot of inner conflict now that we're moving forward on our own along this journey. But by us putting these wands down and not dealing with defensive people, not dealing with people who try to put up walls, people who are always against everything that you have to say, they're always trying to disagree with you and, plant seeds of doubt within your mind and your heart, all of these type of people we no longer are putting time into. And I feel like now that we've made this decision to blow it all up and to shoot our shot and to move forward along this new journey with confidence and, with hope, we start to see a lot of things develop and manifest. Now, hey, you guys. So, it's interesting because I see this judgment reversed. And there are a lot of judgmental people, right? So they may give you a lot of harsh criticism without really giving you anything constructive to fall back on. And it's mainly because of their envy or their, insecurities. So if they feel like you're doing more than what they could have done, or if they feel like everything is coming easier for you than it has for them, and so they have to, they have to sling mud on whatever it is you're trying to do, or if there are people that are trying to copy what it is that you're doing, what you're striving for, but then they have the nerve when you call them out, they have the nerve to turn around and clown you and act like what you're doing ain't cool and act like what you're doing ain't shit, but they're the ones that are copying you. Things like that. All of these things are going to really be at the forefront the more that we go inward and stop looking outside of ourselves for what it is that we're seeking. With the Two of Pentacles, I really feel like as long as we maintain our balance, balancing work and play, managing our time wisely. If you guys haven't created a weekly or a daily schedule for yourself, that could be very helpful. Getting organized will help you to move forward and to make progress here. Six of Chalices. I feel like, there are a lot of people that are thinking about us, and some people may pop in your mind, people that, you've known way back when you were 3 years old, or people that you've known way back in the day, and dealing with different friendships where you may not have talked to them in forever, but now these people are starting to come out of the woodwork. People may be adding you on Facebook, or people may be sending you a message. Some of you guys may be getting communication about what's going on in other people's lives, about how they miss you and all these different things, and that they understand why, we don't talk to them anymore. But you guys have to remember, the holidays are not over. The holidays don't end until Valentine's Day. And so with that being said, we have a long stretch to go. Basically, we have the whole winter to really take this time to go inward and to hibernate, so to speak. So we're able to really integrate all of the lessons that we've learned once and for all, and make definitive decisions, and standing firm on these decisions about who we're taking with us and who we're leaving behind. And if you're like me, some of you guys may be deciding that you're going to blow the whole thing up because all of the people that you've known throughout the years have not been a supportive, source of friendship. They're not loving, they're not caring, they're not genuine. And that's the worst part of it all. Hello, you guys. Welcome to the stream. I feel like some of us may be feeling out of sync with those around us. Some of us may be feeling like we're not really getting along with a lot of people. And so we're just going to leave it all behind, because I see this Ten of Chalices reversed here. And I feel like some of us are definitely looking at how unfulfilling certain relationships are, and we have to move on, whether we miss them, or whether we finally got the answers that we were looking for, or whether we finally reached an understanding. I think that we're reaching the realization that regardless of all of that, we can love people from afar, forgive them from afar, but trust, once it's gone, that's it, and rebuilding it is damn near impossible. So it's just better to charge it to the game and just accept the fact that, if these people didn't value me when they should have, they certainly have no place in my life now while I'm doing better and healing. And I feel like a lot of us are running into a lot of people because lately I'm still noticing it's not even Neptune retrograde anymore. It's not even Mercury retrograde anymore. And it won't be for quite some time, but yet I'm still seeing a lot of people from my past coming out of the woodwork and adding me on Facebook and reaching out to me. And so I feel like a lot of us may be dealing with this energy still, and it may be confusing because some of the things that will be said will try to either dismiss what it is that we've felt, or try to explain away or justify what it is that they've been doing and why, and all these different things, right? But I really feel like a lot of us need to pay attention to how we feel in our bodies. We need to pay attention to if we are feeling drained every time we talk to them and hang with them. Are we feeling fatigued every time we're around them? Are they always saying negative shit? Are they always gossiping? Do they have any ambitions in their life? If they don't, let them go. Do they have any positive reinforcement or positive energy to bring into your life? Do they make you a better person? If you've answered no to all of these different things, then it's definitely time to let it go. And there are so many messages wanting to come out. And right now I see the Princess of Chalices and the Three of Wands. So there will be a lot of progress made here. We'll start to see our ships come in, especially to the artists out there and to those of you looking for work, looking forward to going to school. Some of us are going out and networking for sure, looking for a new home and just looking to travel even. Some of us may be going overseas to do some traveling or just looking forward to what you have in the works concerning your projects. And I also feel like you're starting to see things manifest in the tangible realm. So this could be anything that you've been working on artistically or moving forward with concerning school and concerning what you're learning. Some of you guys are starting to heal yourselves emotionally, and I feel like you're starting to tap into your psychic abilities. Some things may be now developing after they have been dormant within you for a while. And if those of you that have dealt with third-party situations and you were triangulated in any way, I do feel like now we'll be seeing our blessings come in. The more that we decide to do away with people here that are dishonest, to do away with people here that are really just a hindrance to our lives. People here that create imbalances everywhere that they go. They're either way too much in the mind or way too much in their emotions. You know, they're real sentimental. And I feel like there's a lot going on when it comes to legal issues where people are just doing the most. There's a lot of issues within the family and within the home where there seems to be a lot of injustices that we're having to correct. And so this is through us making definitive decisions here. Like I said earlier with the Two of Pentacles, you know, it's all about maintaining balance and making the necessary decisions that you need to make in order to make progress in your life here and to move past all of the stagnance that may still be within some of the relationships you have yet to let go of. Now, I see here the Prince of Wands, the Aries, Leo, Sagittarius energy here. I also see Libra and Taurus with the Justice and the Hierophant. There's also Virgo coming up and Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio. So all of these signs are prevalent, and I feel like the truth has been exposed with all of these people. Period. And some of us are keeping to ourselves. We watched somebody blow everything up. They just sabotaged everything, threw it all away, and then hid. All the lies and all the BS that we've uncovered, we can finally see very clearly what's going on, and we're moving forward. Some of us are definitely doing some traveling, moving away. And I feel like now more than ever, we need to stay focused on what it is we want to manifest for the upcoming year for 2020. There seems to be a lot going on, and we're just keeping to ourselves here. Some of us are getting a lot more rest. We're meditating a lot more, and we're looking at some of the things we may have been investing in, people we've invested in where we didn't see a return on our investment here. So that's why we're keeping to ourselves. It could have a lot to do with the Leo, Sagittarius, or an Aquarius here where we felt that way. I also see a lot of friendships where we felt that way. And we've decided, you know what, all of these pessimistic, you know, imbalanced people that are always depressed and, you know, all of these different things here where they just want to feel good in the moment. They don't want to invest in anything. They're an energy drainer. You know, there's nothing happy with these people here. There's nothing fulfilling. A lot of people that are all about hookup culture. They're not really looking to establish anything real, nor do they want to put the work in. for something like that. And there are a lot of judgmental people, you guys. We need to stay away from people like this because I feel like they're not looking inward. So as I stated before, where they're always pointing at other people as a way to, deflect from what they have going on unresolved within themselves and as a way to make themselves feel better, they'll try and tear anybody down or make somebody else feel bad, for the mistakes that they made in their past, right when you're starting to do better for yourself. So now more than ever, I really feel like we're dealing with the gossipers once and for all. We're dealing with the people that dropped the ball in the past, and we're blocking them. Could be an earth sign, Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn here. There are a lot of petty people. There are a lot of people trying to reunite. But they've been petty and started a lot of arguments. They're talking shit behind people's backs, but then they're smiling in people's faces. I also see some of us getting contracts when it comes to work, being offered a position. I also feel like some of us are finding out that somebody is leaving behind a marriage or walking away from an unstable workplace situation for a new contract here. There could be a lot of competition within the workplace, people pitting people against each other and just talking a lot of shit. There seems to be some bad news when it comes to money here or when it comes to certain people that we've been dealing with lately, right? And so I also feel like there could be a lot going on concerning child support or somebody's having issues, taking care of their responsibilities. There's been a lot of fighting going on between family members trying to get everything resolved. And I just feel like there seems to be a lot going on behind the scenes that we're not quite seeing, but there could be a lot underneath the surface. Some of us could have been crying a lot lately or just feeling, this feeling of depression or feeling this heaviness while we're just starting to feel a lot lighter and a lot brighter. But I feel like a lot of us have had to put a stop to a lot of these people's antics by simply walking away and deciding that they can never come back. And some of us are looking back and realizing that we may have needed to walk away a long time ago, but we allowed our emotions to rule our decisions, or, we're too much in our head, and not really looking and paying attention to what's in front of us. But now we see what's going on. And I want to cut the deck here and lay everything out. I see the Empress here, so that's a good sign. I see that things are starting to manifest, especially with that Three of Wands as well. There could be a lot of delays, though. So if there are still some things that you haven't received closure on, just keep in mind that the closure comes from within. You realize that the person that you are is not the person that you were. And as long as you continue to focus on self-care and to keep to yourself, rest, balance, rest, and play, then you will be able to see a lot more success into your life here. But there seems to be a lot going on where somebody is feeling like they don't have any closure on a situation, and it may be keeping them stuck in some way. With the Nine of Wands, I feel like there's a lot of this going on where, before where this was reversed, we put a wall up. We've now decided to stop putting time into certain people, places, and things. And it seems like they keep trying to come back and, bring this kind of energy where they're just trying to frustrate you or upset you, trying to knock you down a peg, so to speak. But I really feel like now, and thank you very much, you guys. Thank you, Just Me. I just notice a lot more energy here where there will be people that will try to come back and knock you off your course just because they want to, just because they see that you're not in the same place anymore. You're not broken down and out like you were. You're trying to come above all of that. And so this is why I keep repeating the fact that we need to be careful, because there could be somebody that was married in the past that we had to, walk away from, or somebody that was in a relationship. Maybe they stayed with their family, or, they're focused on getting the bag. They're going out and making this money, which is good. The moon reversed, there seems to be a lot of things going on subconsciously, though, that we're picking up on. So this could be in the workplace. Some of us are having a hard time closing that door and keeping ourselves to ourselves, especially when it concerns family. And there seems to be some things that we're picking up on subconsciously in the workplace, as well as our living situation. Six of Chalices. Yeah, there seems to be somebody that wants to reunite, or somebody that's thinking about us. They're thinking about the good times, and, you know, somebody is really just analyzing. Maybe they're talking to, you know, a therapist or someone that can help guide them in some way to help them identify what happened in their childhood, to create some of the relationships and instability that we've been dealing with over the years. And some of us are realizing that we do have to close the door. Some of us are having to budget a little bit better. There seems to be a lot of things happening where it's leaving somebody feeling confused, because we've decided to shut the door. So that could also be a different take on the energies I see as well. And I feel like somebody is trying to hold on to what was, or to hold on to who we were back then. But it's causing a lot of issues here. And somebody's telling a lot of lies. They're slandering somebody's name. It could be a lot of family members doing things like this. But it could be a motherly figure, or some of us are like this woman here, where we're like the black sheep of the family. We are very confident in who we are and what we love to do. And I feel like that threatens a lot of people around us, and they're just going around slinging mud on your name to try and knock you down a peg, like I stated earlier. And that's an issue, because the Six of Wands reversed, I really feel like some of us may be feeling like we're not getting the recognition for our efforts. Six of Wands reversed, I really feel like some of us may be feeling like we're not getting the recognition for our efforts the way that we thought we would. And we're also thinking back to all the times where they weren't there when we needed them the most. So some of us are really deciding, you know, although I would love to rekindle things, I would rather just keep to myself. I also feel like there are a lot of egotistical people that always try to start shit with people just to try and bring you down when you're feeling good and moving up in life. Again, they're trying to attack somebody's confidence. Some of us could be dealing with a lot of insecurities here, projected onto us by other people here, but we don't see it as such because they have such this, you know, overinflated ego. And they're just not being real about how they feel, you know. They're not being honest at all. We need to release ourselves from the past for sure, because some of us may be going backwards. I was just about to say that before I saw this card. Six of Swords reversed. We need to have some inner dialogue, you guys, because somebody has been smearing our name and making other people not participate in what it is that we're trying to do. Here we are, you know, beautiful, strong, capable, a leader, but yet there seems to be a lot going on where some of us are feeling stuck in some way. Some of us are trying to come back and make amends, but it's like, it's just not, it's not going well. Some of us could be dealing with a Pisces or a Cancer as well, which we already acknowledged the water signs for sure. Scorpio as well, don't forget. But this right here, some of us may have found out about just who was talking shit, and we've had to go back and rectify, maybe stand up for ourselves, decide that we're not going to deal with them anymore because we already know that they've been talking a lot of crap. Some of us are celebrating our successes silently, and that may be tripping a lot of people out because they don't know what's going on. They don't know what our moves are. Thank you, Divine. I just saw your message. She said, "You are better than a therapist, girl." Well, thank you. I just feel like all of this that's been taking place over the years, we're really going back and releasing anything that we have yet to deal with or face. We're letting go of everybody energetically that just has no place in our lives, period. Advice is the Four of Wands. So focus on manifestation. So if, like I brought up alcohol before, maybe we could take a break. If you're not wanting to quit completely, maybe you don't have a problem with it, things like that, then that's fine. But here's the thing. The more that we indulge in these things, the more delays we'll face here. So if we're focused on manifestation here, we need to manifest these things. Focus on the things that you have in your life to be fortunate about. Because things are starting to manifest behind the scenes. We just don't see it yet. We may even find some things out of nowhere, like money, finding money out of nowhere, finding supporters out of nowhere, finally having the truth be exposed, things like that. I feel like they'll start to manifest, but just not as quickly as we thought. The Wheel of Fortune reversed. See, this is external. It's external factors. And there are a lot of people that are dealing with a lot of unexpected upheaval right now in their lives. They're hitting rock bottom and they're hitting it hard. A lot of things are not going right in their lives. And they're doubling down on their lies. There's definitely an unexpected ending here. Somebody feels like somebody likes attention for the sake of attention, or maybe they're really clingy. They like ego boosts, ego strokes. And now that that's done, there's a lot that's not going right in somebody's life for all of the bad karma that they've racked up in their lives. Eight of Pentacles, we're hoping to continue to master our craft, to stay consistent. Some of us are fearing that all of our efforts are going to go to waste, but they're not. It's all about how we view ourselves and how focused we are on our vision. It's all about taking action. I saw Two of Pentacles earlier and Two of Wands as well. So it's all about taking action. The more action that we take, the more consistent we are. And regardless of whether people are, recognizing us for our talents, even if they're not, keep going, because things will start to manifest in a major way. I see money is doing fairly well for a lot of us here. And we're stable in that regard. But there could be a lot of things coming up emotionally where we have to release that first in order to reach this. Three of Chalices, some of us already know about a third party situation. We talk a lot about that. So I want to talk about the energy generally, right? There's definitely somebody that's living together and they're getting cheated on. We've been seeing that for a very long time, for the past week or two, right? So whoever's living together, if they triangulated us with this person or whatever, something's going on where either they're the side dude or the side chick and they don't even know it, but they think that they're the main, but they're not. Somebody's definitely stuck in a rut. And it could be because certain people are not, they feel unappreciated, undesired. This Three of Chalices says a lot energetically when it comes to where we're headed. And I really feel like some of us will get some invitations to go out or meet new people. Some of us are actually traveling and going out and meeting new people. And we end up coming across that turn out to be friends. If we go to different events where we go to things where, we can indulge in our hobbies. And we meet other people at these events. And we start to find like-minded individuals that can meet us halfway, right? Things are not always as they seem. I want to look into this Six of Wands reversed because it's very interesting. Some of us definitely could be, dealing with the Leo here. Somebody's not. There's something going on. Somebody's going to find out about cheating. Somebody found out about cheating. One of the two. There's a lot going on. Somebody's going to be more focused on their friends. Maybe somebody's wanting to get together, to exchange ideas or whatever the case is going on here. Somebody's not. We know we're not going to see these people the same. These people know that we're not going to see them the same. It'll never be the same. We've got to remain patient, you guys. We need to stay silent and continue to be silent as we have been, because that is our trump card, our silence. Make it clear that you're not going to have any of the nonsense and that you're done, never to return again, and maintain your strength during this time, because we will be challenged and we need to maintain our patience here. Some of us may be feeling like everything's against us right now. Stay patient, stay focused, and maintain your silence, because there are a lot of enemies here. Let me see the Six of Wands reversed. All right. Seven of Pentacles reversed. Interesting. So the Seven of Pentacles reversed came back out again, you guys. I feel like a lot of people are not understanding of us. They're not very understanding people. And because of that, there's no healing. Some of us are understanding why all of these efforts that we've been putting into our craft and into our goals haven't really been flourishing. And I feel like it goes back to what we were talking about earlier about people that we've kept in our lives that literally block our blessings. And I think whoever comes to mind, you guys, especially people in the family, living situation, friendships, all of that, I think you guys will figure out, if you give it some time, think on it a little bit, you'll figure out exactly who needs to go. We're able to manifest what it is we need right now, but we can't keep investing in certain people here that have shown who they truly are. Show me the Six of Swords reversed. Okay. I feel like there's going to be a celebration of something here. And either we're not inviting certain people or we're feeling left out. But then we end up coming across, like I said, some like-minded individuals here where we're able to have fun and let loose. See, So we have the Emperor reversed and the Lover. So there's been a lot of indecision with a lot of narcissistic individuals, period, point blank. And there seems to be somebody, could be an Aries or a Gemini here, fatherly figure as well, because we keep talking about family references, bosses in the workplace. All of these things are starting to come to the forefront. We need to make some major decisions here, because already I'm saying 4 major arcana cards. Things are starting to manifest, but we need to stop investing in people, places, and things where it's not making our money work for us. It's not, there's no reciprocity, things like that. We've got to let it go, or else we will be unintentionally blocking our own blessings. That's what I see. And I see a lot of people are going to try and come back and either apologize or to say something or to whatever the case is. They're hella arrogant. They think that they can make anybody bend to their will. We're still able to manifest here, you guys. Keep moving forward. Let me see this 3 of Cups before I wrap this up, you guys. All right, we have the High Priestess. Continue to stay silent about what you're doing, and you'll start to see things manifest. You'll start to see things come into the tangible realm in a major way. But we've got to let go of all these people. And if we're struggling with family members, you guys, you gotta let it go. You have to. I know that they're family. Some of you guys may be dealing with family for sure. Where all of this BS is going on. Use your intuition. Stay silent on what you're planning to do. Everything that you're seeking lies within you. And on that note, you guys, I know this was a little impromptu and short stream, but keep focused on your goals. Stay consistent, make that effort, and you will get to where you're trying to go. But right now, things are looking as though they're either at a standstill or somebody's going to try and come back and throw a wrench in your plan. Just be very careful, be silent. Don't tell anybody anything. Watch where your money is going. And other than that, you guys, I will see you guys again I'll be back on Friday. Thank you so much for joining me, you guys. And until next time, stay blessed, not stressed. Peace and love.